Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Diabersai. Today we're going to do a run using Volibear at 3 stars and no epic relics against the 6-star Blossoms and Mushrooms adventure. For relics we're using 2 Stalker's Blade and Guardian Angel. We need the Guardian Angel because we're going to die a couple times probably. I think the first adventure is one of the hardest. For a power, I think ideally you'd get something like Perfected Mana Flow. Removing Spirits is also kind of incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Like I said, this adventure is one of the hardest ones, because you have such a small deck and they add an enormous amount of puff caps. Your ideal starting hand is Ice Veil Archer and Flash Freeze. That lets you prevent the most amount of damage. One of your problems is Avalanche kinda sucks, because these units tend to have Spell Shield. So we're going to pass here, let them play a card. Because of Dream Woven Spirits, we'll play 2 Tarkaz here. One of them will explode itself, of course, but that still gives us a bunch of Sigils of the Storm. Next round, we are now able to play Volibear, who will also play twice. And he levels up. You almost never want to play Invocation of Thunder, for the obvious reason. Wanted to kind of play a passing card, and I did. I think it was the wrong choice though, because of Dream Woven Spirits I ended up with 2 on-scarred Reavers. It actually doesn't really help me. Although he is at 1 hit point, so maybe it's fine. Not sure to like burst a win here. I think Babbling Berg might be enough. Not sure why I drew 2 cards. Oh, because it draws units. So anyway, we ended up at 9 hit points. That's the major problem with this adventure. Ledros feels like it's a good way to cheat out wins, so we're going to take it. And on support, we do want something that has lifesteal, or potentially a lot of mana gems, but I think lifesteal is preferred. Taker's interesting because it can't die. And we don't find lifesteal. We do have a mana gem here, and Whirling Death is not bad. Damage allies can't block for Trifarian might be okay. Or the foe permanently charms the first ally played this game. For Nature's Revenge sounds terrible. Kinda wondering if we're in a situation where most of the things we block with die anyway, so it won't really impact us that much. Volibear being like the main exception. And I guess the Tarkaz is. But getting Trifarian Might would be major. I think we have to skip. At the Rekindler, we're going to take Shadow Totem, and we go to a Too Quiet Place, because if we go the opposite direction, we will instantly lose the game. Take a lot of unavoidable damage in that direction regardless, so just be aware of that. Let me draw a Volibear here. We only have 14 hit points, which isn't great. But we do draw into a mana gem. I pass here. Don't think I want my mana gem to die, and it doesn't save that much life anyway. only saving 1 hit point if we let it die. I'm going to flash freeze and lose the game. It's kind of unsurprising. I was at 9 hit points. That was always going to be a struggle. Probably shouldn't have just like forcibly lost the game though. That wasn't good. That wasn't correct. Again, we start with our mana gem, we'll play it. And can't really attack here because their units are bigger than ours. Kind of one of the major problems with this adventure is that tends to be the case, so we're going to lose our mana gem here. It's fine. I mean, it's not really fine, but what can you do? Invocation of Thunder, and we're gonna play Tarkaz. Next round we'll be able to drop Volibear. This round we're gonna drop our Prophet. And probably no point in attacking. One problem with Volibear on this adventure is when you drop him, a bunch of units get slept. That it can be good, because it's protective, but also you're not just killing him with a Stalker's Blade, which is the whole point of running Volibear in the first place. Volley levels up, they get their units back. We're gonna drop Ladros. And on this attack, they could block 3 units. Means they would take 3, but maybe if Volibear's on this side, they're going to be forced to block him. Oh wait, they can't block anything because of Relentless Storm. Great. Double up on my mana gem, although capture isn't bad. Sounds awful. Veiled Temple isn't bad, but it is a card, and typically you want to avoid those. The Veiled Temple's not bad, especially for 1. Something that is definitely considerable. I keep both Dravens to force us to drop Volibear. We can also play Draven on next round. It's not like the best way to protect ourselves, but it is fine-ish. Drop Draven. It's double attack. Double attack doesn't help if you're ephemeral. And we're gonna block because we're forced to. And we're going to play Invocation of Thunder. Drop Tarkaz, it'll play it twice. Then we'll attack with it as well. So if my opponent opens attacks, I lose, but usually they don't. Drop Volibear to clear out the board. It's a little bit frustrating that they can do stories even though they don't have any units. I mean, you can too, so it's consistent, but it's still annoying when you take gloom charges every time that happens. So obviously we're regretting our lack of lifesteal here. And take Mega Tea. Take our gold. And we can't afford to get rid of cards, so we're going to purchase healing. I'm really unsure here. I'm going to try the Fox Spirit. I've gone the Sorrow Eater a bunch of times. I end up just losing. I feel like I don't have enough mana to deal with it. And they end up with a full board, mostly of my cards. But Fox Spirit has problems as well. As we can see. Go into Ice Veil Archer. And we're going to block and Whirling Death. Play Tarkaz here. Only gets rid of one unit, unfortunately. As long as they play a card, I'm okay. Drop Volibear, clearing the entire board. And we'll drop Ladros. Should be 27 damage. Yeah, I figured they might have some way to avoid it, but what can you do? I'm gonna play Draven. Can Avalanche here. New Ari. Block and we'll block. End up taking 12. And play this Mega T. Now we'll silence 2 units. Enemy attack here should be good enough to win. So yeah, obviously I'm cheating here with Ledros. That was a very good pickup for me. I think drawing's just generally bad, so I'm going to take Regeneration. And we'll pick up the Sorrow Eater. Or a Power. Epic cards costing 2 less, I think actually is good. Mega T has no thing, but Ledros is, Tarkaz is. So we have 2 strong epic cards. Refilling spell mana probably matters a little bit, but this should be a little bit better here. And not drawing cards, I think, loses us the game. Although every time we get hit, we draw a card. Might be worth it for Unyielding Determination. I'm gonna try it, and maybe we just lost the game doing that, but we'll find out. We only have to survive 1 round. And so obviously we want cards that draw cards. And we have 2. Not bad. Invocation of Thunder here. And we're gonna Avalanche. So I think it's when an enemy strikes your Nexus. So the impact doesn't do it. You can drop Ladros here. And we're gonna Invocation of Thunder, hopefully drawing Volibear. And I don't know if I want to play Draven. But we're just gonna attack here. You don't want to challenge, because if you challenge you're gonna get cost reduced. But an army of Ladros is pretty good. Think I pass? Now we'll drop Volibear. And we can't lose. Picking up Unyielding Determination is major for us, so happy that that worked out. And we still have 1 revive left. I think we take the Legion Saboteur. Don't think we have a choice. Yeah, we get our Unyielding Determination. Hooray. Go to the Champion item chest. Always want cost reduction. We'll take Barrier though. We're going to go for Smooth Soloist, but first we have to get through Echoes of the Past. So, damage dealt to the Nexus gives them chimes. We don't. Oh no. Ladros is going to damage the Nexus. So, we have a lot of chimes. But we have a pretty good setup right now. I'm not too worried about it. If we drop on Scarred Reaver to have a blocker. We'll block 1. And we'll drop Tarkaz here. The cost reduction. You can drop Legion Saboteur. That'll kill a couple of units. And we can also drop this Mega T. That'll start silencing those Medulis. Stunning here. We can take 3, and then the 6 will push us over. Or we can take the 8, I think. So like if we block here, then we block here, we gain 17 life. It was almost terrible because of the draws. Drop Volibear to clear the board. And we just gave them a ton of chimes. We're gonna drop Ladros to ruin their life. Now we attack. And if this doesn't win, we're kind of in a lot of trouble, so. Because we already used our Unyielding Determination life. Power Riff on Flash Freeze is great, also more Flash Freeze is great. Go through the Smooth Soloist, we can take extra cost reduction on our epic cards, Go to the healer, purchase healing. And we go into Otacon, we still have 1 revive left. I'm going to be looking to start with either Ladros, ideally Ladros, or Tarkaz, hopefully both, and then a Volibear. That would be my perfect hand. Perfect. That's all we ever wanted. Apparently that has Quick Strike, Blade, and they start with the attack token? Sure, why not? And we can drop Ladros already. If we do reduce their hit points to 0, the Sorrow Eater happens. Not really sure what that means. An attack here. The block will spawn me an extra. So one thing you can do is just deck out their deck. Which is something I might consider doing depending on how everything goes. They pulled Overwhelm, which I didn't want. So I think we Ice Veil. You can still attack. I'm gonna drop this Ladros. Now they can't attack. I think I just pass. Now you can play Volibear. Question is it worth winning here? I really don't know the answer. I wish I did. Still have 20 cards. But I think we're through the hard part. We have a Volibear for protection next round. I do want to get rid of their units. Let's see if they block or not. Oh, they can only block 1. I'm stupid. Yeah, so their whole deck just flips out when that happens. I drop Ladros. I probably can't drop Volibear next round. No, I should be able to. I can drop Ladros just to get their hit points out. Oh no, I can't do it this round because they don't take damage. And still killed the Sorrow Eater. I'll call that a win. They stole our Ladros, which is actually the worst thing that could possibly happen, for reasons that will become apparent in a moment. I think I dropped Volibear here. So now they have a Ladros in hand. Should they ever get the opportunity to play that Ladros, we instantly lose the game, and also they can play it next round. I need to be able to kill a unit. Wait, did they drop it? What happened there? Buff cap. They shroom explosioned it. Amazing. I was gonna lose. Anyway, we attack with everything and win. So, Yesterday I spent about 4 hours on this adventure and didn't win at all. Um, and as you can see, this one we won off of a legendary power and having a Ledros and having 4 cost reduction on Ledros and also Tarkaz. So I don't know that I would necessarily consider this a win. However, it is a win, which means that this is a way that you can do this. Now, huge amounts of luck here, but other people have done it with the same setup, and I assume they didn't get quite that lucky. Maybe they did though. I think it's okay. I think if you just need to have a way to aggressively remove units, so maybe something like Trifarian Might would also fit in there. If you have Dawning Age, that reduces the cost of your units a lot, and that is really helpful. A lot of my deaths have been to the Sorrow Eater in that mid-boss adventure, so maybe kind of avoid that. Maybe try it. If it doesn't work out for you, try the Fox Spirit. Fox Spirit obviously does a huge amount of damage to you, but I don't know, it seems better. You're just so mana hungry with Volibear that you're not really able to take advantage of the free beckoning gazes that you get, and they just seem to be able to play better than you and faster than you, and they take all of your giant units. So yeah, it's not super helpful. Also, you know, our Ledros had Deathless, which was incredible, and I got Shadow Totem on Volibear, which means whenever I dropped him, I cleared the entire board, especially when combined with Dreamwoven Spirits. So, yeah, this is a thing that I did, and it is done. It's not on my main account, which means I have to do it again. Anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. I really hope this helps. It might not. My second idea is Ash with Scourge's Stash, Grand General's Counterplan, and Archangel's Staff. The idea there would be that you take like the Blade's Edge power to start with, and then you're able to flash freeze every round for free. Maybe you can even skip Archangel's Staff and go with the second Grand General's Counterplan. You'll also be able to drop Ash on round 2 because of Scourge's Stash, plus the Blade's Edge power. Not going to end up trying that because we finished, and that is good enough for me. This adventure is very, very hard. So if you have, you know, higher level units, or higher starred champions, I guess, you're going to want to be using those. I think for Freljord, maybe Bandle City is the hardest requirement for this set, but Freljord is definitely up there in terms of difficulty. So, good luck. I really mean that. And like I said, I hope this helps, and yeah, just good luck. When you're doing the other adventures, do make sure to get rid of whichever requirement you want to clear out first, so that you don't double up. So if you were to use Gnar, for example, and you want it for their Bandle City, you're going to want to clear your Demacia before doing that, even though I think Bandle City will trigger first because it's first in the row. I'm just not convinced on it. So always make sure you do that, especially with the Spirit Blossom ones. For example, if you use Spirit Blossom Teemo, it might clear your Spirit Blossom instead of your Bandle City, and if you wanted it for Bandle City instead of Spirit Blossom for some reason, that would be bad. So I would also clear your any regions before touching these. If you have dual identity champions, it should work so that it clears that identity, but just to be safe, you don't want to do this an extra time. That is my advice. And anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.